Hey, what's going on, guys? So we'll be taking a look at the HooToo iPlugmate for the iPhone and computer. These flash drives essentially have a lightning connector on one side and a normal USB 3.0 connector on the other side, which allows you to plug it into both the computer and the iPhone. These are three here. I'm going to be taking a look at this one today. However, I thought I would just show you the kind of past generations of this one here on the right. This is the one here on the right is the newest one, as you can hopefully tell, because it definitely looks the best by a long shot. And this is the second most recent one, and this is the oldest one. I personally think they kind of took a step down when they designed this one over this one, because I don't know, I just think this one looks the worst out of all three of them. But as you can tell, there's a huge improvement when they came to this one, and that's really what's important, because that is the newest one, and that one definitely looks the best, no question there. And this one is 32 gigabyte, this one's 64, and this one's 64. I do not believe you can get the first generation in the 64 gigabyte model, but the main difference between the generations nowadays is just the price of them. This one will be the most expensive, obviously, with this one being the cheapest. So we'll go ahead and get these two out of the way here, because this is the one we'll be focusing on today. This is just the packaging that it comes in. It's the packaging that all of them come in. It's all exactly the same. They just kind of have this little foam insert inside of here, which the flash drive was in a little black box, and yeah, that's all it comes in the box. The manual and everything is on the actual flash drive here. So this is just what the flash drive looks like. As you can see, we do have a nice little USB 3.0 connector on this side, and then inside of here we do have the kind of lightning connector, which is of course what you would use to connect the flash drive to your iPhone or iPad, iPod, whatever you're connecting it to. It does look very, very good. As I mentioned, it's all aluminum, I'm guessing. I'm not sure exactly what type of metal it is. It looks like aluminum, and it's just very, very solid construction. It looks very good, easy to carry in your pocket, and you don't have these kind of plastic things covering it as you did here. As you can see, these things are just obnoxious, and they made it really, really hard to actually plug into your phone, and plus these flash drives would not fit in your phone when you had a case on them. All that has changed with the most recent generation of this product, and that's a very good thing, because those are very welcome changes. I'm very happy to say that now this flash drive works with the iPhone, even when the iPhone has a case on it, and that was kind of my main problem with the last generations of them, and so that has all been improved upon, and that is a very good thing. And yeah, my main thing I like about it though is just the look of it. Not only is it more functional, it also just looks a lot better, and overall it's just a very, very big improvement upon the previous generations of this product. As mentioned earlier, essentially what this product allows you to do is easily transfer files between your iPhone and your computer, as well as just kind of expand upon your iPhone's storage. If you have like a 16 gigabyte iPhone, that's not enough for most people, and this will provide you with an extra 64 gigabytes for music, photos, videos, a bunch of different things. You can't actually put like apps on here or anything like that, so it's kind of like a micro SD card for an Android device, but it still will allow you to expand upon your iPhone storage, even though that is just videos, pictures, and music, and those kind of things. To go ahead and use this product, we will of course have to download the HooToo iPlugmate app onto our phone. You can do that by just searching for it in the App Store, and when you open it, it does look like this. It's pretty simple to use and everything like that, which is good. I believe the previous version of this was a lot worse. I can't remember exactly. I think it looks different than this. But yeah, you can see we have photos, videos, music, file, folder, system, all that. So if you press photos, it says the folder is empty, except it'll show you the photos that are on your phone currently. However, if we go ahead and actually plug the flash drive into the phone like this, as you can see, it does work with the case on, which is very, very nice. It's a very welcome improvement over the last one. It will say dates are being read now, and now we have access to the files on the flash drive here through this mobile app. So we can either select which kind of media we want to access, or we can just click on external storage, and it will show you all the things that we have on here. I've already put some things on here from my computer to kind of show you as an example. You can see we have the user's manual here, so you can access PDFs and you can just read all the instructions and things like that. You can put PDFs and like ebooks and things like that on here from your computer and access them, and you can also access pictures, as you can see here. You can kind of swipe through the pictures you have on the flash drive here, and if you want to, you can press the little download button here and it'll save the files to your actual phone. And if you push this button here, you can share the picture with a bunch of different things. It takes a while, unfortunately, so it says that, and then it will pop up, and you can save this picture to a bunch of different things. You can put it on Instagram, Drive, WhatsApp, a bunch of different things, so you can kind of do what you would be able to do with a normal photo if it was actually on your phone, which is very nice. And yeah, so you can totally save the files to your phone into things like that. You can also put files on here from your phone and then delete them off of your phone, which will of course free up space. If you want to select multiple files to save them on your phone or something like that, you can hold them down like this, select multiple things, then you can press copy to, and then just copy them to your internal storage if you wish to do that. You can also just delete them from here, or you can move them to your internal storage. So rather than copying them, you can move them off of the flash drive to your internal storage, which is very nice. And then another thing we have on here is a movie. So as you can see, if we click on the movie, it will start playing the movie, which is very nice. So yeah, you can put movies on here. So say you're traveling and you don't have enough space on your phone to put a bunch of movies, you can put a bunch of movies onto the 64GB flash drive. So you probably fit around 32 different movies, and then you can access all those movies on your phone, which means that you don't have to delete things off of your phone to make room for the movies. You can just kind of put them on this flash drive and then access them on your phone and watch them while you're traveling. There is a native music player built into the iPlugmate app. However, it's not nearly as good as Apple's music player, and I do not believe you can transfer music from here to your phone, which is kind of unfortunate. You can still play the music, but you won't get the album artwork or a bunch of the functionality, but it's not a huge deal because you will be able to store the files on the flash drive rather than storing them on your phone, which means that you can have more music, even though it's a little less functional than the iPhone's music app. The kind of specifications of this product are on screen now. You can see the read and write speeds there, and it's really not that fast. It took about a minute to put this 2GB movie onto the flash drive, which isn't terrible. It's definitely doable, and I didn't have to like wait that long because it's only a minute. But if you were putting a bunch of files on this flash drive, it would take a while, especially with 64GB of storage. You can put a bunch of different things, so it may take quite a while to put things on this flash drive, but then again, it really depends on kind of what you're putting on it. And yeah, anyway, it's not super slow, but it is a little bit slower than I would probably like it to be, but a lot better than USB 2.0 or something like that, because this is a USB 3.0 flash drive. You can also see the supported file types on the screen now. This flash drive does support a wide variety of files, which is nice. It supports more than the actual iPhone would support, so you can put like an AVI movie on this flash drive. I wouldn't recommend it because it would take up a ridiculous amount of space, but you can put an AVI movie on this flash drive and play it through HooToo's app, which is something you wouldn't be able to do on the iPhone. So you can actually access more types of media through this flash drive, which is nice, even though you will have to have this thing sticking out of your phone whenever you are, you know, playing a movie or something like that. Unfortunately, the flash drive does not work with FLAC files. I tried it. I put a FLAC file down here, and if you click on it, it says no installed application to open the file, even though I do have several FLAC playing apps on my phone, so it doesn't open the FLAC app or anything like that. It just says there's no application to play it. So the FLAC file on here is essentially useless, which is annoying, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal because it can read a bunch of different kinds of files, and so FLAC specifically doesn't work, but a bunch of other things will, so I'm not super worried about it. Another thing that this is very nice for is you can kind of back up your phone to this, especially if you have a 64GB flash drive. My phone is bigger than 64GB, so it wouldn't work for me specifically, but I want to say for most people that you can use this backup feature here, and you can back up either your contacts or your entire phone to this flash drive. I don't think it'll be like an iTunes backup. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it'll just kind of store things, and like you'll be able to access them, like it'll store all of your photos or something like that. And you'll be able to look at the photos, and you can be able to look at your contacts and look at your videos and just the kind of media on your phone. But I don't think you'll actually be able to restore from the backup or anything like that, which is kind of unfortunate, but you can always use iTunes to do that, even though iTunes doesn't work with backing up a lot of the time. It would be nice if it was actually like a backup that you could restore your phone from, but I don't think that will be the case. Overall, I really do enjoy using this flash drive, and it brings a bunch of very, very welcome improvements over the previous generations of it. I will actually probably be using this flash drive, whereas the previous versions of this, I would have to take the case off of my phone to use it, and it was just more effort than it was worth. However, that is not the case with this one. If you have a kind of smaller phone, if you have a 16GB or even maybe a 64GB phone, then you might be interested in picking this up because you will be able to expand upon your phone's storage as well as very easily transfer media between your computer and your phone. That is probably what I'll use it for most, is kind of putting movies and pictures off of my computer onto my phone without having to have internet access or something like that. It is definitely a very, very nice product, and it's very, very well done. As you can see, the differences here are huge. This is a very, very good flash drive, and I would fully recommend this, where I wouldn't necessarily recommend the previous generations of it. However, the previous generations are now cheaper. This is still a pretty expensive product. I want to say this one's like $80 now, and this one's still like $60, but I would definitely recommend spending the extra $20 on this one if you are wanting to spend the $60 on this one, because this fully metal one is just so much better, and it's just a joy to use, and it really is a lot better than the previous generations of it. So anyway, this has been my review of the third generation of the HooToo iPlugmate. If you wish to purchase your product, of course, the link will be in the description, as it always is. And if you enjoyed this video, then a like rating is always appreciated. If you dislike the video, then that is perfectly fine as well, but please kind of also leave a comment saying why you dislike the video so I can hopefully improve upon my videos in the future. This has been Jordan from Joe Reviews. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next review.